Says I'm live. And yet none of my monitors say I'm live. Oh, there's a monitor that says I'm live. Not quite dead. Let's see here. Oh, well, I've got echo.
Is it picking up all of my sound?
Yep. Congratulations. You're a star. Alright, well, I definitely can hear me, and I can hear echoes, and I can hear you. The only thing is that the music is just a little quiet. I'm going to turn it up just a smidgen. Alright. Let's go ahead and hit live. Make sure everything's good. Alright, I got some of that. So, alright. You, go up here so I can monitor my chat too. Alright. Let's play some XIV. Final Fantasy 14. Bouncing Moogle bag. Oh, that's right. I'm over here trying to figure this stuff out. Sylvian Scream, huh? There's some sightseeing clues around here too. Go this way first. Oh, did it just get dark like immediately? That's good and creepy. Look out. Right there. That's what I want. Ha-ha! Evil selves. They are tempered selves in the distance. Do not sense they pose any danger if left alone. Oh, time to go murder them. JK, I'm heading back. Yeah, it just gets darker when you go in that area. I mean, I've already got the thing. There's no reason to kill them. Let's just leave them be. Repair gear. All right. That this away. The bramble patch. No, Brer Fox, don't. Don't put me in the bramble patch. I am a rabbit. Whoops. Accidentally very prescient. Use empty blood bottles on weakened Jugas. Hello there, unfortunately named bug. Okay, that's good. So, I want to use blood bottle on you. Got him. Alright. Is he swollen with blood? Ew. You. Yay! And last but not least, this swollen Juga. It's just a very unfortunate name bug. Hey, I did not give you permission to use your proboscis on me, sir. No means no. Insects struggle with the concept of consent. Particularly parasitic insects. Oh, there's a pretty lady in my room. Ah. All right. Back over here. Give them the fresh blood that they wanted. Wow, this blood looks delicious. Thank you. It's like, okay, Mr. Creepy Sir. Did Adventuring One bring blood from Vile Ones? I did. This goes here, and that there, and that stitched like this, and that puts that together. Done! This one is made a garment for Adventuring One. Its enchanted garment will protect Adventuring One from scary ones, and is token of this one's thanks. These ones owe Adventuring One many, many thanks. Cool! Thanks, bro. It's probably going to be worthless to me. Oh, that's not bad, actually. Okay, now what am I doing? I think I need to grab a chocobo back to town. And eventually I can, like, use my own chocobo, right? That's what I've been told. They're like, here, use this to get your own chocobo. I walked over there and he's like, yeah, this isn't worth anything, sorry. I'm like, oh, thanks? think I'm just down some milk for the walnut bread. Yep. Yep. Take me back to Gridania. Yep, looks like Gridania is what we need to do. Oh boy, faith. Hooray. It wouldn't be so bad if they didn't give you the same fate over and over again. Like, they're just obnoxious things that keep popping up. And it's like, I'm not interested in doing that again. I'm just going to assume I've done all of them if you don't get rid of the ones I've done. Got Chocobo's best side here. There's something going on over here. What's up there, Lieutenant? Lieutenant Scarlet's looking for a few good soldiers. Come closer, Private Kilo. What does this guy look like? Okay. Come closer, Private Kurlinsk. I would prefer this tale be heard by you and you alone. It concerns a sensitive subject with which you are doubtless well acquainted, the Battle of Carteneau. When I speak of the bloodbath, it marks the end of the 6th Astral Era. Both the 7th Legion and the Allied forces were slaughtered by that winged abomination, which did its utmost to destroy all that we know and love. No part of Eorzea was untouched by the Elder Primal's rage, least of all the Carteneau Flats, which were ravaged, nay, remade, in the fires of destruction. The flats were rendered an accursed wasteland, and all decent small folk know to keep a wide berth. Consequently, many questions why the Eorzean Alliance continues to maintain a military presence in the region, despite the personnel and materiel required to do so. Okay. Turn this back up. Okay. Allagan ruins, that's why. Allied scholars have been studying them since the discovery before the battle. Allied scholars have been studying them since their discovery following the battle, during which the Carteneau Flats have been jointly administered by the 3 member nations of the Eorzean Alliance. This was an acceptable state of affairs for a time, but no longer. Ul'dah, Limsa Limonsa, and Gridania have all formally asserted a claim to the territory. A diplomatic resolution is no longer possible. The matter is to be decided on the field of battle. Lest you fear that this marks the advent of total war, worry not. We are allies as ever, and will conduct ourselves accordingly. All hostilities will be confined to the disputed territories, and engagements shall be fought to submission, not to death. So, you see, you needn't hesitate to join the fray. Should you have the misfortune of facing a friend in battle, you'll only be expected to subdue him, not kill him. Aye, that's right. I tell you this because we need men and women of your caliber on the front line. These ruins are of vital importance to our nation's security, and we cannot surrender them to a foreign power. You need not make any decision now. All I ask is that you speak with our man at the airship landing and listen to what he has to say.
Well, that sounds extremely unfortunate. What's up, Serpent Commander? Ah, Private Krolinsk. How went the meeting with the Sylphs? A missive from the Sylph Elder, you say, if I may. So, the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Rama. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources toward tackling the more conspicuous threats in our security. You've done our nation a great service, Private Krolinsk. It will not be forgotten. Aye. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she was able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray, pass on my regard to Lady Meliphinia.
Hello. Hello, Pieter. Can you hear me? It is Minfilia. Ida and Palimo returned some while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with your tales of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the stay of another, or the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. I would appraise you of the present situation in person. Quest accepted. Downstairs, then. Yep, here they are. Hello, Yellow Serpent Flyer. Private Krolinsk. Come to join the fight, have we? Very good. Very good indeed. Capture the flag, huh? This seems like PvP. Borderland ruins. Now, before we proceed, I must warn you, this isn't going to be like some jaunt in the Wolves' Den. You'll be pitted against wave after wave of fellow Alliance members in battle, and they won't care one whit that you're the Warrior of Light. The campaign will be long and brutal, and victories won today may be undone tomorrow. Consider the borderland ruins. We need only seize control of each ruin in the region, right? Wrong. Defense is paramount as well, for our rivals will muster forces to challenge our claims. It is for that reason we've established an airship route directly to the front line.
Those who are ready and willing to fight will never want for transportation. Ah, but that look on your face speaks confusion. Are we at war or not? Once this bullock's about no killing. What the seven hells is going on? That's what you're thinking, yes? It's less war and more organized violence to resolve a territorial dispute. And yes, it is to be civilized violence. Killing Alliance members is strictly prohibited, though accidents have been known to happen, mind you. But you, of all people, have nothing to fear. You've escaped certain death more times than I can count. What are the odds you'll fail to do so this time, eh? Yet more PvP. Thank you. I will be skipping any and all PvP. Thank you very much. Wouldn't it be fun to face off against your friends? No. I think it would be. I disagree. My report is ready, sir. Okay. Check venture report. Honor to serve, sir. See if we can get some better gear for him. We're able to sell all this. Very good. What can I give him? Definitely want to give him any of my paint. I really just do not care about the paint at all.
Or the pigment, for that matter. Or the orange juice. Rapid pie. A single anchovy. Like this oyster. This crap. Actually, any and all seeds can go in here. I'm not using them for a while. Alright. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's get our sort on now. Be sold, that needs to be sold, that needs to be sold. Food, 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 food. Alright, I think we're good. That's what I meant. go 75. For this one. $175 sounds good, actually. $40 sounds good. Sure, $750. Let's go 5. $300 sounds good for this. All right. Excuse me. More exploration. Excellent decision, sir. Adventures are my specialty. Thy will be done. What level botanist are we? Level 29? That's kind of better. Kind of better weapon. No. All right. Very good. Okay. So culinarian. Apple tart. I get some maple sugar. I need an apple and an egg. Then I just need an apple and maple sugar. I can make maple sugar, right? I can do that right now. Okay. So I need an apple. So where can I find the apple? East Shroud, 9 Ives. Let's take the boat. All right. Southeast. Got it. Get some mending done, so there's a mender right here. Okay, apples there. Huh. Chanterelle sauté. Chanterelle, huh?
Cypress shroud bent branch. Actually, I don't need any of that right now. Pick up some lush vegetation, shall we? If we even freaking can. Okay, come on. You're making this way harder than it has to be, Peter. There we are. Cool. Okay, and then chicken and mushrooms. Into Gilbin. These shroud their knives. Let's see if we can't find a Gilbin. Nine Ives is this way. I'm good right now.
I see it. It's right in front of me. Give me them gill buns. Oh, yeah, give me them gill buns. I like the buns. Okay. Salmon manure. I'm pretty sure it's not actually manure. I need a sun lemon. Oh man, I just sold a bunch of sun lemons. Alright, where are the sun lemons? Lower Lenesca. Okay. Apple tart time.
I'm going.
Hi there. Almond bread. I need that friggin' buffalo milk. Okay, we'll figure that out later. Chanterelle sauce. Okay. What's next? Chicken and mushrooms. We're missing the chicken, right? So we need butter. Buffalo milk. Lots of buffalo milk. Lots and lots of buffalo milk. Okay.
I mean, we're right here. Take a chocobo. While we're taking a chocobo, grab some water. Nice work. We'll grab lots of buffalo milk. I was like, why am I not turning? Meanwhile, the map's going insane over there. Buffalo milk. Let's go ahead and get 20 of those. Oh. Why won't it let me do this? I know I've done it before. Let's do 5. Alright, that should be more butter than I ever need. Now, walnut bread. Screw it, let's just make some. What's the other one I need to do? Chicken and mushrooms would mean I need chicken. else is there? Salmon. Can I just buy a salmon, maybe? Sure. Serpent Chocobo in issuance. Serpent seals for Serpent Chocobo issuance. Friends, I think I just got a Serpent Chocobo issuance. Which means I can get my own Chocobo, which means I don't have to run everywhere or hire Chocobos anymore. Concern it. On bird issue, you say, need to see your Chocobo, Serpent Chocobo issuance. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your Chocobo. I got a Chocobo. I got a Chocobo. I got a Chocobo. Hey, 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 hey. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed his new master was coming. Now then, to make it official, I have to give your noble steed a name. Quah. Okay. Quah. Valkyrie. Named our Chocobo. Awesome sauce. Speak with Singar. Oh. I dare say he likes his name. He is Valkyrie. Whatever. Here's your very own Chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in a crowded city, areas, or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they do have their limits. And lastly, I present you with the Chocobo rider's license as required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. I got me a personal chocobo. Use chocobo whistle to acquire the action to summon your personal chocobo. Unlike rental chocobos, there's no time limit regarding how long you remain on chocoback. Remember, however, there are areas such as highly populated cities and narrow dungeons that your chocobo will refuse to enter. The action to summon your chocobo can be set to your hotbar and is located within your mount guide, found in the character in the main menu. Chocobo armor or barding can be equipped via the companion interface situated in the character section of the main menu. I think I bought barding and couldn't figure out what to do with it. I can now summon my company chocobo mount. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Cool, cool. All right. I want to try Mount Roulette before I continue. Okay. Awesome sauce. How do I dismount? This is the best. I am very happy right now. Okay. So, what should I do now? good stuff, man. Yeah, I'm very happy. Elm lumber, iron ingot. Where can I find an elm log? Central bent branch. I have no problem with buying an iron ingot, but... elm log, that's what I need. I've never made elm lumber, really? Oh man, having a mount is so freaking awesome. was gonna say, isn't he gonna beat it? Nah, I can just run right into town and he'll vanish before I go in. Alright, need that iron ingot. No iron ingots, so I'll get some from the market. Sounds good to me. Iron lance. Meow. I want to let me meld. Okay. What's going on with the Conjurer's Guild? Something's going on over there. We're taking care of everything over here. What's up, Sumiyan? Sumiyan has a task for a skilled adventurer. Peter, I am so glad you have come. I have a task of most urgent and confidential nature, and I can think of none other with whom I can entrust it. You are doubtless familiar with the Seed Seers, yes? Connie Senna,
Elder Seedseer, leader of the Order of the Twin Adder and guardian of our fair nation, clearly needs no introduction, but you know also of her siblings. The two young Pajals, Sister Rhea Osena and Brother Arun Sena, make for Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import. Verily, such import would be of no overstatement to say the very fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. As you well know, we dwell in this forest by the good graces of the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood, and most of all, the Great One, who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of the trees that shelter us from have aroused the Great One's ire, and it is only by the quieting ritual which I spoke that he may be placated. Thus did the two Seedseers set out in Evershade and nary a god to accompany them. Therein lies the rub and the nature of the favor I must ask of you. By no means would I question the powers of Seedseers, but the Great One's anger mountain, the Twelveswood become a threatening domain for even the most puissant of adventurers. Pray hasten to Evershade and see that no harm befalls the two. For Gridania! Oh! Ha! Something attacked me right as I was going off the cliff. And that, as they say, is that. That is what we call in the business whoops. The Barding of Light. Good stuff. I bought this before I knew what it was. It's stuff from my Bokucho. Let's see if we can keep from dying this time. It turns out jumping off of the cliff is not good for your unicorn. Or for you, for that matter. Oh, come on.
making this harder than it has to be. And look, my unicorn was fine. We were worried over nothing. Level sync is in effect. I'm too high of a level for this as well. That's awesome.
Curses. How might we hope to make it to the guardian tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth like rampant weeds? If I had known that what we were in for, I'd have brought along a wood whaler or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Oh, do not be such a coward, sister. We are seed seers. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. Bold words, brother. But were they true words, they would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safely at our destination bells ago. A conjurer, are you? Brother Isumi, ever the worrier. For once, however, his solicitude is most welcome. Might you help us dispose of these fell creatures? Have you no pride, sister? A seed-seeker does not beg the aid of some common adventurer. Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform. A duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now enough talk. Let us see to these pests.
Let's go do it.
Grimwin does not approve of our presence here.
The Bane Light.
She friggin' die? He freaking died too.
Duty failed.
We were doing great till we weren't. gun as many creatures as you can. Duty complete. That crystal. Do my eyes deceive me, or does this adventure inherit the legacy of Atoa Kant? It was none other than Atoa himself who last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventurer's arrival is mere coincidence. Bearer of the soul crystal, inheritor of arcane knowledge long since forbidden to those not of our kind, I know not why it chose you, but I believe our great forefather has led you to us today. Ancient tradition dictates the quieting is performed by 3 Pajals, but I misspeak. The ritual is to be performed by 3 white mages. If Master Atoa truly has chosen this adventurer as his successor, you speak madness, sister. Surely you have not forgotten that Pajal tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings of those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great to risk falling in the wrong hands. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake, even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon our forest home. Have you so little faith in our own abilities, sister? We are seed seers, more than capable of slaying any beast in our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. Oh, this petty bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventurer, I am sorry to trouble you with our silly sibling squabbles. If you have the time, I would speak with you further, but not here. Come to Camp Tranquil, and come quickly. Time is of the essence. Am I about to become a white mage? To the South Shroud. Faster to just follow the path. Of course, it would help if I knew where I was going. It is also cool that my chocobo is faster than the rental chocobos. It shouldn't make a difference, but it does. My pretzel's just sold. This is not the right way.
Why, I've served Rhea, since she's a little girl no bigger than me, Kupo. She's matured much since the calamity. Her brother, Orun, on the other hand.
What voice did I have for the Mughals?
Ah, this one. Her brother, Arun, on the other hand.
Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my brother's rudeness. He cannot help that he was born with a head of solid stone. Anyways, I do not believe that we have been properly introduced. I am Rhea Osena, a Pajal, as you can see, and sister of the elder Seed Seer. You are Pieter, yes? Brother Isumi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. As you no doubt have heard, my brother Arun and I were en route to the Guardian Tree. There the Great One, by whose graces we dwell here, resides. The gentlest of guardians when at peace, a destructive force that knows no bounds when angered. As the Great One goes, so goes our fate. The creatures you helped us dispatch, doubtless they too were roused to hostility by the Great One in his anger. You need not look around you to see, the forest grows more and more threatening with each passing hour. So it is we've traveled here, to quell the Great One's fury, to perform the quieting. In the days of old, the ritual was without fail performed by 3 white mages. With our elder sister occupied with her many duties, my brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Arun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with a white mage's soul crystal. 'Tis no small honor. That gem marks you as an inheritor of the magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may blind him, but the signs are clear as day to me. You are not Pajali, but a Tarakant meant for you to be here today, to perform the ritual with us. A Tarakant is known to all as the greatest mage in our history, but even more so, he is known as being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to the forest home, wandering the realm to heal the wounds of the land and its people wherever he went. A most admirable cause, yes, but alas, Atoa was never to return. He perished in a far-off land, and having taken no apprentices, his legendary powers were lost to us for eternity. So I believed until I met you. Then yet, for all his stubbornness, there is some truth to my brother's words. Ancient laws forbid us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside our own kind. There are reasons for this, which I would share with you when the time is right. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that it is Atawa's will that we bring you into the fold, and so I welcome you, Pieter of the White. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now. Time is short, and yet while you may have been chosen by Atawa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we shall proceed with your training. Quest complete. Armory unlocked. White Mage unlocked. Okay, how do I be a White Mage? Because that sounds awesome. The arcane knowledge of Atawa Kant awakens within you. The next White Mage quest will be available from Rhea Asana upon reaching level 35. Which I think I've done. Yep. Jobs. You've obtained a Soul Crystal. Soul Crystals are required to change from your current class to a more specialized job. Each job has its own crystal and arms, which can be equipped via the armory chest. When using a job, you will have limited access to actions from other classes. You will, however, have access to new job-specific actions. Job levels coincide with those of the base classes. When a job level rises, so too does the level of the base class, and vice versa. Jobs that do not have a base class, however, will start from the level required to unlock them, and their level will be raised independently of other classes and jobs. Cool. Transferring hotbar settings. By changing your job to White Mage, you may carry over the hotbar and cross hotbar settings from Conjurer. As the actions from Conjurer may also be used when playing White Mage, transferring these settings will allow you to readily play in a similar fashion. This option is recommended for those who have little or no experience with White Mage. Should you require time to consider, the window will open again the next time you change your job to White Mage. This window will no longer display after progressing through the job quests. Okay, I am now a White Mage. Rhea Osena would teach you to commune with the elementals. Ah, Peter, looking ever more the White Mage, I see, and yet I fear you are ready to perform the quieting as a chocobo chick is to carry out a woodwaller clad in full plate. But take heart, for we must begin somewhere, all of us. Today I would teach you the art of communing with the elementals. That is, by any measure, the very foundation of our art. The means by which we preserve harmony between the forest and our people. Not far from Sorrel Haven you'll find a tree, a mere sapling by the shadow of the guardian tree, but one that has likewise been consumed by anger and fear. I would ask you to placate this tree. The process is quite simple. Stand before the tree and raise your hands. Commune with the elementals that reside within, and attune yourself to them, until your feelings are in absolute harmony. Be forewarned, however, an angry elemental could be as stubborn as my dear brother, so do not be surprised if you find your honest plea rebuffed, and foul creatures sent to drive you from the forest. No matter what happens, you must remain calm. Dispatch your creatures, settle your heart, and speak to the tree once more. If your heart is true, your voice will reach the elemental ere long. Remember this, Pieter. Under no circumstances must you allow your anger or fear to overcome you. As practitioners of white magic, the magic of succor and solace, such emotions are anathema to our very existence. Okay. But the mind makes us go faster. I like it. What's up, Dissette? Dissette appears to have caught scent of something. The unmistakable smell of chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Would I be correct? Wrong voice. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? Aye, I thought so. Now tell me, is your little bird battle-trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Lilliput over the Bentbrat Mountains. An Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine feathered friends, who should be able to help you to obtain greater affinity with your bird.
Right?
Repair! Give me a moment. I'll make a quick bathroom trip and I'll be back. I'm gonna get some coffee too.
Okay.
Let's head north. There's something that's going to happen up there. I am quite happy to have this mount. That's actually not correct. I am ecstatic to have this mount. This is freaking awesome. Alright. Where's the obvious turn east? This is it, right here. Your arrival here this night was foretold by the stars. You have something to deliver, don't you? Summon Minilu. Traded. Ah, yes. Your success was never in question. The universe is pleased and grants you your reward. Level up. Alright. That's not here. Why can I not meld? Alright, we'll figure that out later. Not here. Looks like Central Shroud is there. Central Shroud is there as well. Okay. In that case, mount up. That's the wrong way. This was also the wrong way. All right. Lots to do in the Central Shroud. Bird knows this area better, so feels more confident. Moves a little faster. Ah, I've met you. Good evening to you, Pieter. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combat? Well, that is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing. Asking you to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help you train your chocobo, but on the promise you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of Gishel greens. You have my leave to pick one from the field yonder. Return here when you have it. Have you acquired the greens? Superb. Then we will get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of gishel greens. They love the leafy vegetables so much, in fact, they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you. And then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly, and to the best of its ability. This simple, yet effective methodology was developed by the Fortrems family, one of the foremost houses on Ishgard. And that concludes the lesson. Of course, it's not enough to merely hear about a practice, you must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of gishel greens, and together, make your way to Sorrel Haven. The broadsids that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of gishel greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. In addition with riding him, you can also summon your chocobo to fight alongside you. To do so, you will require a bunch of gishel greens. Chocobo favorite can be purchased in stores. To summon your chocobo, simply use the greens. Chocobos gain experience points and grow as much as you do in combat, but they can only fight in the same places in which they can be ridden. When traveling the world alone, your feathered companion may turn the tide when fighting enemies of a comparable level. Alright, who's selling greens? Greetings, sir, and welcome. Are you perhaps a jockey in need of a new fledgling race chocobo? If so, Cutter and I would be happy to assist you. These days we've no shortage of fledgling race chocobos. The folks from the Gold Saucer have seen to that. None of you people going to sell me any gishel greens? I see how it is. My money is not good enough for you, huh? Go ahead and set this as our home point, just in case something happens. What about you? You got any greens? You do have gishel greens, okay. Alright. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. It's a perfectly normal thing to do. I don't know what you're talking about. Ordering your chocobo. Withdraw free stance, attacker stance. To order your chocobo to auto attacks, free stance. To miss your companion anytime I use the command withdraw. Another batch of gishel greens to summon your steed again. 2. So you successfully negotiated your first few battles with your chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your feathered companion? Your chocobo can make up for your shortcomings and build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement each other. Through your experimentation, you may come to find the approach that serves you best. Before I forget, I have one last parting gift, a saddlebag for your chocobo. Carrying Gisher Greens about can be quite cumbersome, after all, and there should be sufficient room in your personal belongings should the need arise. I pray it serves you well in your travels. You can now access stuff. I hit the button by mistake. Saddlebag for your chocobo is now available. Spacious sack can be used to supplement your normal storage, with features allowing for simple transfer of items between the saddlebag and your personal and retainer inventories. Chocobo Companion does not need to be summoned to access the saddlebag. However, it cannot be opened while in an instance dungeon, so be sure to move your items required on raids to your normal inventory before commencing duty. Coolio. Awesome! More storage, yes! This looks like a fantastic place to store materia. Oh, okay. Now let's be extra sorty. Okay. Alright, we're good for now. Alright, got that. Chamomile. Okay. Stuff to sell. Should be near the bottom. I'm just going to really quickly move everything down. Yeah, this is for selling. This is for selling. I won't feel comfortable until I know I've got everything sold that needs selling. Once I got all the missions done, then I'll be happy. I need to go to what's his name and get that taken care of. Okay. We're good for now. Chocobo Lilliquat, it may be far from home, but it has some matters close to his heart that he would discuss with you. Greetings, sir. Tell me, how does training with your avian mount go? I could not help but notice there is some bias toward real-life combat. All battle and no bonding makes for a less noble bird. I see you already have a fine residence of your own. Why not build a stable for your chocobo? Closeness leads to fondness, and there are other perks. Indeed, I could tell you of those and more if you wish. We of Ishgard have a knack for chocobo husbandry. They have forgotten more than Gridania will ever know, I fear. One Ishgardian knack is to stable chocobos at one's residence. That makes it possible to train and feed the birds. A second knack is to keep the stable meticulously clean and picked up. Chocobos are cleanly creatures, and easily distressed by slovenly housekeeping. Shall we get straight to it? Pick up every vegetable scrap littering the stable, if you please. That bird looks awesome. Okay, one more. Where is the last scrap? Here it is. Have you collected all the vegetable scraps? Very good. I will take those. The place is as fresh as cream. How well the chocobos look, fluffing their feathers in contentment. You would do well to lay a magic broom. You shall need to use those for proper cleaning, but that is for another time. There's more to stable care than simple cleaning. And that brings us to the third Ishgardian knack, fresh feed. I'm not the aptest tutor for his craft, however. There's one who has the knack right here in Bent Branch. That would be Mistress Margwald, the resident botanist. She's in charge of all cultivars maintained here for the chocobos. Go to her and beg a few greens and information from her. She will not stint you on either. Some feed for your chocobo? Why, you come to the right place for it. It has been a warm spring. Try the crocker root. Many birds would otherwise go off their feed, cannot resist the luscious roots. We raise them with love as well as skill. Master Lilliquat likes to call that a knack. I have no quarrel with it. 'Tis a joy to grow, whether it be vegetables, chocobos, or skill in one's hands. Why not try your own hand at growing vegetables? You say you have a house. A house might have a field. Food grown with your love and care. How could a bird not thrive, eating feed rich as that? Mayhap we are not what we eat, elsewise my father would be a codfish or swim in butter. But a feed clearly makes chocobos eye. So sensitive is their nature that you can see the effect of a particular feed as clear as day. But I have yet to tell you about a main feed. You're sure to be fascinated. Shall we have a time speaking of gishel greens, precious, luscious plants? You can summon and train your birds with these greens. As wonderful as gishel greens are, they are hardly unique to being attuned to special areas of a chocobo's abilities. The art of raising a chocobo involves choosing a balance of these vegetables to feed your bird, thus creating a chocobo that is, well, just so. The best laid plans of wranglers are often frustrated by a picky eater, though. Do make sure you come to know each bird's likes and dislikes. There are no pieces of Megitech to bend to your will, but when bird and man grow together, why, you might discover something very special indeed. Aye, and you would do well to grow your own feed. You may as well fight with a pine sword to raise a chocobo without a vegetable field of your own. Visit the store to buy the seeds, and remember, love and skill, there's the knack. I do go on, don't I? You come for a handful of feed and got an earful, and that's the way with us botanists. Make this fine specimen of crocker root to your sweet chocobo, and wish you both the joy of it. Ah, so you were able to collect some chocobo feed. Mogult is never stingy with her vegetables. As fine as crockeroot as ever I've seen. A magnificent specimen. This will make the training all the more effective, I believe. We come to the fourth knack of chocobo husbandry, Prieta. Training. I hear head wrangler Kietha about her work. There's a thought. Go and speak with her. You might... she will tell you much and more about training chocobos. Nice to see you, Venturer. How about learning the training of your bird, you say? Stable your chocobo, and you'll be able to train the sweetheart. But you need to give him a treat straight after, and not a moment later. What I do is go pick a choice bit of feed before I give the bird to them training. The results vary, with that slack ruffian of the ebony stalls used to say. But here, results depend on how clean the stables are and what treat you give. But as long as you love your chocobo, it's hard to muck it up. Well then, got a fine root, a crocker root, all new already. That'll work as a treat, no pun intended. Go on, start training little Leia here. Duh. You fed little Leia the gigantic crocker root after her training. Train little Leia. That was sweetly done, Venturer. You've got some skill at this, I reckon. Some are made to train just such one bird, but you can handle any chocobo. Some venturers share a stable, you know. Might be you could care for birds other than your own. Muck out the stable, so it means you're helping raise the other venturers' birds as well as your own. Doesn't matter who did the mucking out, really. Those birds have been cared for, you see. That ought to hold you for a while, aye. No use pouring out too much wine into a cup. You'd best return to Leatherquart before his Ishgardian brain case starts imagining the worst. Sweetly done. High praise indeed for Keitha. Excellent, excellent. I have now taught you all the knacks you must needs know at this time, I believe. It is my hope you will add a stable to your residence, and there raise a chocobo to serve as your brave mount and trusted companion. How I long to meet that bird someday. I trust you'll not disappoint me. Chocobo raising. Chocobo raising is now available. To begin raising your trusted companion, you must first stable him. Chocobo stables can be purchased and placed outside free company and private estates. One chocobo stable can house a whole company's mounts. While the chocobo is stabled, select train to increase its experience. After the training is complete, do not forget to give the bird a reward for his hard work. Depending on the type of reward the bird is given, progress will change dramatically. Continuously feeding your chocobo a snack of vibrant vegetables or fruits will cause him to grow feathers of a different color. Interesting. Oops. Wizard levels. My companions picked up some skills. As your chocobo's rank increases, you will earn skill points. These points can be used to acquire new companion-specific actions and traits. There are 3 different chocobo trees. Sorry, there's 2 different skill trees you can choose for your chocobo: defender, attacker, and healer. When a chocobo acquires his first skill from any of these trees, he'll also learn the tree's stance. Activating the defensive stance will turn your chocobo into a defensive-minded stalwart. The attacker's stance will transfer your chocobo to an offensive force. Finally, the healer's stance will have your chocobo focused on restoring your HP rather than participating in battle. Which is use your chocobo's skill points is entirely up to you. But remember, once an action or trait has been purchased, that purchase cannot be undone. Think about how you wish to use your chocobo in battle and choose its path of progression wisely. Okay. Communion has furthered your potential as a white mage. Time to return to Rayo Senna. Rayo. Rayo. Oh yeah, these mounts have already got me totally spoiled. It's good crap, man. Very pretty music. Am I shocked though? I mean, it's frickin' Final Fantasy. Be a path around here somewhere. There it is. Well...
Okay. Third time's the charm. I can do this. And there you have it.
A short while ago, I sensed a great anger abate. A short while ago, I sensed a great anger abate. The forest is quieter, more welcoming now. It would seem you've passed your first test, Pieter. The trees are the elementals are the trees. The lush verdure of the wood is inseparable from the spirits that dwell within. You do not need to hear this from me. Doubtless you felt it yourself when you healed that tree. Above all else, the elementals prize harmony. When they sense a threat to harmony, they summon forth all the powers at their disposal to expulse it. For so long have we lived in peace with the elementals. Why now do they turn against us? I can offer no answers, only theories. But one thing is certain. We must quell the Great One's fury, and do it soon, lest Gridania bear the full brunt of the forest's wrath. To soothe the forest's wounds and restore harmony, that is our duty as mages of the wild. It is a responsibility that transcends race or nation. You know, it's really unfortunate that I chose Southern accent for these people in white robes. It just occurred to me. Oops. I sense your success in soothing that ailing tree, and am more certain in this than ever. Sadly, many cannot see past established practice and tradition, my dear brother being among them. One would hope for a bit more open-mindedness given his youth, but alas, his pride as a Pajal will not permit it. For my part, I am not entirely unsympathetic to his concerns, and yet the task before us is too great. We must bring him about to see reason. But how? Forgive me, Pieter. I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. Worry not, I will find a way to deal with our rune. Quest complete. We've learned a new skill, yes? The Tower Kant speaks to you, imparting newfound powers. Regen. Yes! Heck yeah. Good crap, man. Alright, level 40, which we're really close to. Okay. Do you really want this? I think you want this smoke. Good job, Valkyrie. I am so happy to have a mount. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't put into words how happy I have a mount. I've been desperate for a mount for a while now. Couldn't figure out how to get one. Now I've got one. I'm happy. Also, I figured out how to be a white mage, which also makes me happy. Good crap, man. Alright, so before I head out, I want to check. Is there anything else I need to do here? Looks like there's nothing at the... I think at either of those guilds. Not really interested in Lancer Guild stuff. Okay. Let's take an airship to Ul'dah. I cannot express how happy I am to have a mount right now. Oh man. I have needed a mount for so freaking long. Let's go. It's been a couple days of me really wanting a mount, and I've got one now. There you are. I heard you. I didn't know what you were saying. Didn't know where you were. And now I see you. Wish I knew why you were wet, Cat. Sometimes that means you wet yourself. Yeah, ain't doing that. Okay, not doing alchemy stuff. Not doing goldsmith stuff. Weaver stuff eventually. Okay. Appears there's nothing to turn in over here. I'm gonna get this taken care of right now while I'm thinking of it. Need to be able to put materia on crap. Okay. There we go. Awesome sauce. Ah, Kitty, hello. I'm so happy I can travel, fast travel. Or not fast travel, mount travel.
just going to broken record for a little bit. Not the easiest map to read, but that's fine, because we're getting there anyway. Alright. Mount guide. And dismount. Was this about a shipment? Oh, yes, of course. The package is prepared and ready to be shipped. I meant to handle it sooner, but I've become engrossed in the study of desynthesis. I'm sure you sent word of your visit along. I'll be sure to send word of your visit along with his wares. You've never heard of desynthesis? I suppose you would have to visit the bonfire quite often to keep pace with Mutamix's myriad of findings. Allow me to explain. Desynthesis is a new technique developed by Mutamix to break down weapons and armor into their constituent parts. In short, it allows a retrieval of these materials originally used to craft an item. On occasion, the process will also yield a particular crystalline mass. There is so much research to be done, but we believe its mass is formed from residual spirit-bound energies infused into equipment at the hands of crafted items. Because the process is similar to the creation of materia, we've come to call these crystals demi-materia. Just imagine the applications: fortifying weapons, creating new armor, and the possibilities are limitless. It may also be worth mentioning that while some of the demi-materia byproducts seem unfit for use, their radiance is not unlike the rubies and sapphires one might find for sale in Ul'dah. I imagine they would fetch a fair price if you were to show them to the right buyer. If you're truly interested in learning more about desynthesis, I think of no better way to trying it for yourself. Perhaps the next time we meet, you can tell you of your own findings. Sure, bro. You can now use the general action desynthesis, and by doing so break down unwanted items into their constituent parts. You're now able to desynthesize items, reducing them into their original materials. To desynthesize an item, you must first be a level 30 Disciple of the Hand. Select an item and choose desynthesis from its subcommands to begin the demantling process. Could you not eat my hand, cat? Yeah, that makes me not want to pet you. Each discipline has its own desynthesis skill level. If your desynthesis skill is higher than the optimal skill rating of the item, there is an increased chance of receiving rare items. Oh, nice. You can always successfully desynthesize items regardless of your desynthesis skill level, so never hesitate to desynthesize items you no longer need. Nice. Desynthesis action can be accessed via the General tab and the Actions and Traits menu, or by selecting Desynthesis from the Item subcommand menu. Okay. Most would teach you how to meld materia, which is what I need. Why, hello there. I see you're a disciple of the hand, like me. Mayhap you're interested in learning how to meld materia into gear? If so, it'd be my pleasure to teach you. Quest accepted. Let's go, Phenobus. Ready to begin? Good. Now, there's just one thing to keep in mind when melding. Materia slots. Arms and armor each have a certain number of these slots, and this determines how many pieces of material they can host. Normally, an item cannot host more pieces of material than it has slots. However, as with most things in life, there are certain exceptions. But this sort of knowledge is for later down the road. After you've become more experienced, you may want to broach the subject matter with Master Mutamix. Now off you go and happy melding. Affixing materia. You can now meld materia to items. Gear can be enhanced significantly by affixing materia to the slots available on most weapons, tools, and armor. The number of slots available in a piece of gear can be confirmed by viewing its help text. To affix materia to an item, highlight a piece of gear and select Meld from the subcommands. Next, select the materia which you wish to affix.
Similarly, should you wish to remove materia, you may also do so by highlighting it and selecting Remove Materia. Mutamix Bubbly Pots. You're given to understand that Mutamix is the keeper of secret materia techniques.
Whoosh, whoosh, a blender of joiner of materia? Now there we, this is the voice. Yeesh, shush, a blender is joiner of materia. Uplander wishes to join muchly, yes? Then Mutamix makes brain case of Uplander rattle with secret knowings of materia. But first, Uplander must be proving readiness. Uplander showy do, attaching 8 pieces of materia. Then let Uplander and Mutamix trade tongue flaps again.
Quest accepted. Alright. Chocobo Saddlebag. Alright. Let's get a melding, shall we? First things first. This Iron Lance needs crap materia on it. What kind of crap can I put on this? There we go. Let's start a melding. Okay. So that one is done. Let's start doing some actually good crap here. Luck. Botanists. So some extra gathering. This needs removal from the group. Botanist secondary tool. Brass needle. Let's go extra craftsmanship. Ancient skillet. Extra CP sounds good. Okay, that clearly needs to be removed. What do we got next? do equipped first. Why am I not doing equipped? Extra CP. Extra control. Let's have a conversation with him before we continue.
Right, Uplander has good joining skill. Mutamix give Uplander secret knowings of word bond. Mostly part. One fighty tool bears only little materia, but if Uplander uses secret joining skill, one fighty tool bears many materia. Maybe. Mutamix teach Uplander secret joining skill, but Uplander keep in brain case that it is sometimes work unrightly. Will fighty tool of Uplander bear many materia, or will materia turn to bitty bits? Using secret joining skill, not for unstrong of blatter.
Learning the general action advanced materia melding, you can now attempt to attach materia to gear which already has materia slots filled. The benefits of having multiple materia attached to your gear can be great. Success is not guaranteed, and the consequences for failure can be great for the botched meld to result in the loss of materia. Okay. +2. Spell speed +2. Getting too attached. Dun dun dun. Okay. Okay. Yep, not at all interested in any of that. Thank you. Alright. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Alright. How much longer do I have with Chocobo? I feel like Chocobo is about to run out. About 9 more minutes. Well, if this isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Pietro. Lady Menophilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramo has finally been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence that we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am well satisfied the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. They are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us all. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is assailed quite well? I feel as if I clicked too quick. No, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Asale has chosen to walk her own path, the stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Belisane report will serve you as well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. It is good to see you again, Pieter. I have been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph for the 12th one. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. And with that, we can strike Rommel from the list. So, who's next? The Sahagin or the Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Salagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth Thurgod. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices for a time, at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Isolus says. Unless we know... It is as Isolus says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under... The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We must hear from there ere long. You may depend upon it. Indeed. So, then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania. I mean, Garuda. That's a primal Ixal who live near Gridania. That's what I meant. Oh, there's so many malms to cover. Would it be that there are a more efficient way to conduct our surveys? Were he still with us, we should not long have waited for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. What in the world are you, Chief? But we'll take this one step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Pieter? I had big questions. Beg pardon? A man named Laborea, sporting a red mask and robed in black? 12 Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Oh, gods, it bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Arbarbia, lest we all can learn all we can from him and his designs. I dread to think. Eek! Tatru. A sylph
In Thanalon? At long last, this one finds walking one Pieter. This one is most dependable of these ones. It's sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is named Neroxia. This one comes as a friend. Let those ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neroxia. Welcome, Neroxia. Back from the woods, objective complete. Let's go back into the solar. Find the next problem. Yes, Tataru is ready to express her fright as she is to express, well, everything else. Not all of us forged from the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to know and to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Pieter, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight, it fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Achievement unlocked. Back from the wood. Ophelia would have you investigate the mysterious La Brea. I'm afraid there's no rest for the weary, Pietro. We must delve further into the motivations of that masked man, the Ascian known as La Brea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hold of Flames in Uldar to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Pieter. Done. Quest accepted. Let us leave the Sola. Let us leave the Waking Sands. Alright. We need to get dressed to the nines before we head out. Since we are going into Uldar, we need to show off how frickin' amazing we are. Level 39 White Mage. Altered linen chassis. Undyed linen and linen yarn. I need flax. Cut me some flax. Do we know where flax is by any chance? We just gather a
ton of flax. That would make this much easier. Nothing obvious. In that case, let's go. Pretty music. I suppose we can do this while we're here. What's up, Flame Commander? The Masked Man. Ah, you're coming on behalf of the Scions. Of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minophilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near the eastern Thanalan. The Brass Blade, stationed at Highbridge, described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kukurin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be so quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may have already caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak to the merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have the coin or the mind to spend it. I'm gonna head to the Weavers Guild just to confirm that they don't have flax available. I'm fairly certain they don't, but I just want to confirm. Alright. Now that I've confirmed, let's go buy some in the marketplace. Just right around the corner. I don't even need a fast travel.